Doctors are some of the highest paid professionals, yet so many of them are struggling financially. Why is that? Well, many years of education and training coupled with a lack of financial education has doctors making some costly mistakes that keep them trapped in their work life. Hi, I'm Dr. Shamim Nazir. Today, let's talk about the top 5 mistakes that doctors are making with their money and how to avoid them. Number 1 is living beyond your means too soon. And this is a tough one because we go to medical school and residency, fellowship. We've been in training for more than a decade. And we want to reward ourselves. We want to have a few nice things. And this is not a bad thing. However, too often we jump the gun and we're spending too much too fast. And people are buying houses and cars, and that is adding to their financial burden and their debt. The problem is many doctors are starting off in debt. And so if they get out and start adding to their debt, that is going to put them further behind. Because not only are you not able to use that money towards your investing, you can't use that money towards even your expenses. You're paying the bank with interest. So the more you add to that debt, the further behind you're going to get. And those big loans on homes and cars create financial pressure. So you have to work more to meet your expenses. Because a high income does not mean wealth. It does not mean financial security. What matters is what you do with that money. So what's the solution? Number 1, we've got to live below our means. Got to live like a resident. I honestly don't feel like I live very lavishly, but it was still probably more than a resident when I got out. So how can we really pay off that debt fast and build wealth? Well, we got to spend a lot less, and we can't take on luxury items and mortgages and more loans as soon as we get out. And once we do start investing, we've got to automate that savings and investing so we don't get behind. The second biggest mistake that doctors make is ignoring investment opportunities. Doctors are great at earning money, but many struggle to make their money work for them. They don't want to get educated about investment strategies, and they don't look into the different types of investments available. A lot of them keep their money in savings or low yield bonds or CDs so they don't lose any money. But this means that inflation is eroding their wealth and they're not really building greater financial security. They're maybe, if at best, keeping up with inflation, they're certainly not creating wealth. They think they're playing it safe, but in reality, this is dangerous because your purchasing power is going down all the time. The purchasing power of your dollars is decreasing. So it's imperative that you put your money to work to generate better returns than inflation, at least. The problem is that high salary alone will simply not build wealth, even with savings. You've got to get your money to work for you. Relying on low yield investment options like CDs and low yield bonds or even 401ks is simply not going to build you financial security. So what's the solution? Well, start investing early and often. That's the most important thing because time is your friend. Investments compound over years, maybe decades. So the sooner you start, the better. And as you know, doctors are starting later, starting in their 30s, not in their 20s like a lot of other people. So they've got to do it more aggressively and more often. And of course, if you can start earlier, like in medical school or residency, that's even better. And I think you should also look into alternative investments because the return on investment for alternatives like real estate or private equity is so much higher than your 401ks. And that is why I think alternative investments are a good, safe bet when you are doing it properly, when you're with good partners and you vetted these partners, when you understand the deal and you're investing with people with a strong track record. These can be great ways to build wealth. And number 3, not protecting your income. If you don't protect your income, meaning yourself, if you don't have disability insurance, malpractice insurance, you are really putting your whole financial future at risk. As a doctor, your greatest financial asset is your ability to earn your income. What happens if you get an illness or an injury or an event that prevents you from working? It puts your whole financial future at risk. And that is why protecting your income through disability insurance is very important. Many doctors don't realize that disability insurance is not an option. It is a must. An injury or illness could prevent you from earning your income overnight. An employer-offered disability insurance is usually not enough. So what's the solution? Well, get your own occupation disability insurance. This ensures that if you cannot practice medicine, that you will still have an income. And make sure that you get disability coverage that matches your income, and make sure you review it regularly so it's in line with your financial situation. Number 4 is not having a tax strategy. A lot of doctors simply don't proactively plan their taxes. And unfortunately, a lot of doctors are W-2 employees, so there's not a lot they can do. But still, meeting with a tax strategist, coming up with a plan to how to reduce your tax liability is really important. And doing that ahead of time, not when taxes are due, but rather in the year prior. Plan ahead and see what can you change in your structure of your practice or your home life to help reduce your overall tax burden. And using tax-efficient investments like real estate or even tax-deferred retirement accounts is a great way to reduce your overall tax liability. And consider setting up an LLC or an S-Corp for side income so you can take advantage of all the deductions. And number 5 is relying on a single paycheck. Too many doctors don't want to think outside the box as to what else they can do to generate income. Doctors are intelligent, resourceful, and skilled professionals, yet they are sort of tunnel visioned. They have gone to school for a very long time and become very specialized in whatever they do. And they have such a regard for specializing in anything and training that they don't feel equipped. They don't feel good enough in other areas. And I think this is a real error in their thinking, because I do believe that they can take advantage of other hobbies and skills and start thinking, what else would you like to do? Maybe even for fun. Think about what other skills or hobbies or interests that you have that you can explore. And they may not provide any income now, but they could in the future. So just keep your mind open and start thinking about alternative ways to generate an income. Because even though we have a great job and a great salary, we can get burned out, things can change at work, a lot of things can happen, and it's always good to know what else could you do if you couldn't practice medicine. You want to have some financial flexibility to step away from your job or take time off. And economic downturns, changes in health policy could change your career and your financial outlook. So what can we do about all that? Definitely look into passive income streams, explore side ventures, and other passive investment opportunities. Doctors spend a long time mastering the art of practicing medicine, but too many don't take the time to learn about finances and investing. And avoiding these common mistakes not only helps you grow your wealth, but also helps you have a better life and more peace of mind, because that's what we ultimately want. That's why we want a good income and we want wealth, because we want to enjoy our life and have peace of mind. So avoiding these mistakes will help you live a better life. Live below your means in the early years of your practice. Make investing a priority, not an afterthought. And protect your income and your assets. Use tax strategies to keep more of what you earn. And finally, build passive income so you're not dependent on one check. The goal isn't simply to be a high-earning doctor. The goal is to be a happy doctor, someone with peace of mind and a full life. And that is why we strive to be financially independent, so we can really take advantage of all the things life has to offer. If you're ready to explore alternative investments and build wealth through multiple streams of income, check out our website at thedoctorinvestor.com and comment below on what other topics you'd like us to cover. Hope that was helpful, and see you next time.